That's a lovely turn from Welbeck onto his left foot. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
How pleasing and how much of almost a relief was that to get the 3 points on the weekend?
Yeah, I think before the game we all knew how big it was for us. You know, we went out there and put a performance on with no pressure. I think we dealt with it really well, and you know, after the game it was a relief, to be fair, to come in with the 3 points.
Seeing Pascal Gross's comments, the challenge is to get as many points and beat last year's record?
Yeah, definitely. I think you've always got to have another goal. We haven't quite done the first one yet, but it's close, and you know, I think we want to get to 40 points now, and you know, if that happens, then we'll go for more.
Just want to touch on your defensive colleague, Lewis Dunk. Just how good is he when you're out there? Was he everything you thought he would be?
When I was younger, I used to watch him train. He used to be the best trainer every day. You know, I would come over from 23s, I'd watch, and he was kind of like speechless how good he was, and how big, and the size of him was ridiculous to watch. And yeah, this season he's been unbelievable for us. I don't think we'd be in the position we are in now if he wasn't in the team, and he'd be a big miss for us if he wasn't in our team.
He seems to be getting better and better, certainly in the form of his life at the moment.
When I'm playing next to him and I see some of the things he does, it's mind blowing. I think if I tried one of them things, I'd definitely give away a goal. And yeah, I don't know how he's so cool, especially with the shoulder on the weekend, and you know, the flick backs to the keeper. I think it's just him, and he knows how good he is, and he can do it.
There's not many you'd put above him, if any. Would you say at the moment he's potentially one of the best in the business? Yeah,
for me, I think he's one of the best in the Premier League. I don't think he gets as much credit as he should. He's playing for a side that are down the bottom, and we're fighting every week, and you know, it's tough to be a defender when you're fighting for survival, and you know, he shows how good he is in them situations.
You've seen that difference, obviously. Last year, Leeds, you were on the front foot, winning games, perhaps not under as much pressure defensively as this season. Does that make it easier when you're at the top end and you're winning games and steamrolling teams?
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, because we had so much possession last year, and you know, you don't have to defend that much because you've got the ball. Whereas this season we've been defending for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and the concentration and the pressure that comes with that, it's hard to deal with, and Dunkey just takes it straight in his stride like he does everything else.
And you're playing against the top players from around the world, week in, week out in the Premier League. Can you fathom why he perhaps hasn't had another England call-up to add to his previous one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. If I was a manager, he'd be straight in for me. But yeah, no, he's been amazing, and I think he deserves another call up.
Certainly, looking across the back five, there's three of you there that could all argue that case. Yourself, Adam Webster, as well as Lewis. Have you got those ambitions? Certainly saw some nice comments not too long ago from Gareth Southgate picking you out for a mention. So is that something that's on your mind?
Yeah, I'd say I listened to it, and you know, it was nice to hear, and you know, it's not a focus for me because it hasn't happened yet. You know, my focus is on playing for Brighton and doing as well as I can here.
And finally, just want to touch on Rob Sanchez. How impressed have you been with his rise, or was it something you always suspected he'd be capable of?
Yeah, I don't think if you ask anyone at the club, I think you'd say he was going to play in the Premier League for sure. The first day that he came, it was mind-blowing how good he was, miles above everyone else. The quality, the power that he had was next level. I think obviously he's been on loan, and you know, it didn't go as well as how good he is. But I think he's found his level now, and I think he's here to stay.
And did you expect him to get an international call-up after little more than a dozen games in the Premier League? That must have surprised you a little bit.
Yeah, I think with Rob, nothing really surprises you. I think he can do whatever he wants to do, and whatever he puts his mind to, I think he can go all the way.